Hi, and welcome to video number 6 of our series together. Today we are going to go for 12 minutes and combine a couple pieces, but mainly I'm going to be teaching you a new process for today. So let us begin. I'm going to set the timer. All right, and we are starting. So go ahead and close your eyes. Yep, and then connect in with where you are in this moment. So you might be feeling your body sitting on a chair or sitting on the floor. Go ahead and slow your breathing down and do an inhale and then the long, slow exhale. Good. And as you do that exhale, you can feel yourself coming and dropping down into your body. Go ahead and do another one. So big inhale breath. And then the long, slow exhale. Yeah, this is just a really easy way to allow yourself to arrive into your meditation space and bring yourself into this present moment. Breath is the simplest way, I believe, in which to do that. So go ahead and just keep your breath slowing down as you go. And today we're going to try a different process or technique, and then tomorrow we'll just bring them all together and see what we create. A lot of what we have been doing in the first few videos together is concentrating on coming down and in, right? Bringing our attention into our body and then coming down into the body and rooting into the earth. And the reason for that, the process for that, is to get yourself comfortable being in your body and then having all of your attention here so that you can focus on different practices or processes so that your meditation time is really about presence, right? Presence, this moment, calming your system, slowing everything down so that the normal busy pace of life doesn't apply here in your meditation time. Today what I would like to look at is bringing in support, but from Source, from God, from the universe, one, whatever the name is that you give to this energy that creates worlds, creates us, having a way to feel that support in your meditation time as well as the earth support. So you can substitute whatever name feels appropriate for you. It really crosses all religions or belief systems. In my opinion, it's the connection to one or to universal love, universal connection. So we're going to play with that a little bit. The reason that feels important in meditation time is because meditation is about really connecting to your own self, your inner knowing, your inner voice. And so doing that from a space of knowing every soul, every human is connected to each other is it's a profound way, I have found, to sit in meditation space. And it really allows you to feel held and seen and valued, included, really deeply loved. So we'll try it today and see how it feels, and then you can include it or not in your own practice as you move forward. All right, so yeah, there's lots of ways we can do this. For this moment, what if you could visualize that God or Source or the energy of the universe can take some sort of form in this moment and just sit across from you, perhaps. Yeah, and if this is like crazy sounding to you, or how do you have God take on a form, if you've ever seen a picture that made you think of God, so perhaps it's a sunrise or a sunset or a baby, in absolute bliss and joy, if there's been a moment where you felt a connection of oneness with all people, with others, take that image and imagine you can put that image right in front of you as you sit here in your meditation time. And then give that image a 3D, 4D, 5D kind of shape. So if the image is of a baby, imagine that the baby can take form and actually have hands and eyes and open and sit up and look at you and can take on the form of God being fully present here. Yeah, stay with me for a moment. This might not be what you normally would do in a meditation time, but go ahead and just stay with me. Yeah, so see what your body is saying to you right now. If you're wanting to run for the hills, go ahead and just imagine you can open up those roots for a second and send energy down into the earth and just release any resistance or fear. If you're feeling intense love or gratitude, what does that feel like in your body? Yeah, if your heart hurts or you feel the need to have tears or anger or emotions, go ahead and just feel them for a moment. Just feel what comes up in you when you imagine or see that God would want to sit here in meditation time just with you. And let it just be energy that moves. If you feel emotions, just let it wave over you and through you. Yeah, and then see if you can look at this visual or image that you have of God in front of you. And perhaps look eye to eye or pull yourself back just a little bit so you can see the big picture of what God is here in front of you, what Source is. For me, it's often light, so much light, such a bright, bright light. And so it's almost too intense, right, to look directly at that light. And so if I give God a form that feels more human-shaped, but obviously isn't human, there's a way I can connect more intimately with Source in that form. I can feel like there's some way for us to relate to each other. Even knowing this is all Source, God, everything in one form in front of me, it still feels a little more relatable, a little more connectable. So imagine as God is sitting in front of you, you can connect with your heart, touch your heart, open your heart just a little bit, and sense or feel what is trying to be said here. Yeah, this is a feeling space in meditation. It's not so much a head space. It's not logic. It's emotion, vibration, sensing, which is very different than headspace. Yeah, and notice what's coming up inside of you. You might be feeling a lot of love. You might have other layers of emotion over that need to be felt first. But what if in this form that God has taken, He can put His hand, or she can put her hand right over yours on your heart, or right on your heart directly. And just gently put a little bit of pressure against your heart to say, I know you're here. right? And I chose to be here in this moment with you because you matter. And see if you can just allow yourself to feel a connection in this moment to God or Source or the universe. If it feels too intense, you can imagine that version or form of God could sit behind you perhaps and just put his or her hand on your back to say, I've got your back. You don't have to open your heart to me, but let me remind you I've got your back. You're not out here on the edge of the world by yourself. And notice what comes up inside of you. If you're resistant to God saying that, why? What does that mean? Where does that come from in your stories or your history? If you want to just fall back into the arms of God or Source, could you trust that? Could you believe that that exists just for you? And if so, how does it feel to do that? Energy has a funny way of working, and the camera turned itself off right as the alarm went off for the 12-minute mark. So I'm guessing that God or Source had a message that was ending where it ended in the meditation, and I trust it's complete, and we'll leave it there. So that completes our video for day 6. It's a deeply personal topic for me to talk about God or Source, and there are very complex ways that I have navigated this journey of religion and understanding. And it's personal for each person, each individual. So I trust that your meditation time gives you a chance to sit and talk with your God, sit and talk with the universe, the creator of all energy, all life. And it allows you a place to decipher what your beliefs are and how it all fits together. It is meant to be unique. It is meant to be yours in your way of understanding it. So thank you for sharing that space with me. We'll be back for day 7.